When Roddenberry calls you up and wants an epic built Jeep, the only thing you can say is make it so.
Make it so.
So a few months back, I started getting emails from Mr. Roddenberry. And it took a while to connect because I probably deleted the first two because I assumed it was just a scam. Now, if that name is not ringing a bell to you, one, you clearly live under a rock, and two, it's really simple. It's because Rod and his family are synonymous with the creation of probably the best small spin-off from Star Wars that's ever been created, called Star Trek.
My lord.
Now, it's not just a show created to give a Canadian a job back in the day, good old Will Shatner.
I'm a conduit.
I've watched, I'd say 75% of the entire show in existence, and it's pretty damn good.
Star Trek rules.
We decided on a build. He had a specific purpose in mind because he already owns several other Jeeps and he's got an AMW Hellcat, so we didn't have to go crazy. So I know you guys have seen this. This has changed a little bit since the last video, but we'll get to that another day. This is a 2024-5 final edition Jeep 392 Wrangler, which you all know how popular they are and how great they are and how unfortunately they're not $50. But this is the Jeep everyone wishes they had or should have because it drives phenomenal. So he wanted us to build a Jeep that he is going to use in Colorado just to take on adventures with his son so he can experience the good camping and outdoor lifestyle that's available out there. And he's right close to Moab, so he can play around there too. What did we do to this? We did not go hog wild crazy. We built, I would say, a Jeep that is very solid and more reliable than any SpaceX rocket. Now, that's not saying a lot, but this will definitely get you to where you need to go. To start off, the vehicle already came with the steel bumper package and the factory winch, so you don't have to worry about that. Yes, I've made comments on the winch before on how it's narrower, has less rope, and needs more power, but that can all be fixed by adding winch extensions or snatch blocks, and at least this is fully covered under the factory warranty. So that's a bonus that you don't have to worry about when you're building the Jeep. The lights he already had on it when he came up because he picked the Jeep up in Nevada and be waiting to get it up to Canada for the right time because, as I tell a lot of people, we are in Canada. That is above the US. If you look at a map, you'll find us up there. He had the Factor 55 stuff on. He's got the Ultra hook to match the same color as the tow hooks. Great starting point. He already had the lights on because he likes the American Adventure Labs lights, so we went from there with it. We did a full Teraflex suspension on this. So it has a full mid-arm system, 3.5 inches with drop brackets. So not only does it get the added articulation and serviceability of the Alpine IR control arms, it has the full adjustable Falcon shocks that do great in winter climates, have a great warranty, and they don't look like crap after a year. So that's good. It provides nice tight handling. With the 392, it's a blast to drive. So though you don't need to do any of this modification to fit a 37-inch tire with the factory Rubicon fenders, he liked the look, so we went with the American Adventure Labs inner fender, which I still think is one of the nicest ones because you can choose it to come already cut for the Falcon shocks, and thanks to some fancy Zeus fittings, you can remove it quickly without having to actually unbolt anything, which is phenomenal in case you gotta fix something on the trail or if your mechanic has to get in there to do some work someday. We then obviously had to choose wheels. He really liked this wheel, but it wasn't nice enough to fit the build. So we took the wheel, ordered it in satin black, sent it out to our wheel guy, and they paint matched the outside lip to match the Ultra hook, and then the whole wheel got gloss or clear coated gloss, so that's what turned the black gloss, which matches the gloss black paint. I apologize for the video that the Jeep is not washed, but the last time it didn't rain, I was sleeping and it was in my dreams. Obviously, our tire choice is this amazing Mickey Thompson Baja Boss AT because it is aggressive as can be, yet still snowflake rated, so you've got all that safety protection in the snowy roads of Colorado or BC, basically the same thing. And then a lot of you will just look at it and go, ah, it's just another black Jeep. There is lots of stuff done that you don't know unless you know where to look. So, if you look down here, you'll see a shiny silver PSC cooler. So we have added the Apex boost kit, the same one I have on my two-door, so that we have boosted the factory pump to push up to 2000 PSI. We've added the cooler into the mix, so there's more fluid and cooling of it, which now makes the steering both on the highway and in parking lots and off-road much nicer, especially up to a 37-inch tire. Something you'll never see, but you'll feel it, and you're happy you have it when you're doing stuff with larger tires. I fought him, but he won because he pays the bill. Power steps. Now, they are the best step on the market when they work. That's not to say they're a bad product, it's just that sometimes the weather ruins things in Canada and sometimes in snowy climates, so you just had to do extra maintenance, and I'm a fan of no maintenance or simple, or at least building something that somebody can not do any maintenance and it still work fine. But regardless, it still makes getting into the Jeep a lot nicer. So you can't fault it, it just works. Other things we did that you can't see: we gutted the entire interior and put on the Armor Light flooring. So we pulled out all the carpet, and Armor Light, which to the best of my knowledge, I think they even make the factory carpet for Chrysler, but don't quote me on that, has a thick, insulated, mold-resistant, rubberized floor that's molded to fit the entire vehicle. So we put it all in there, and you can look, it's phenomenal. Like, it is rough, tumble. It has custom drain plugs, so you can get different colors of these. So if you want to, match your drain plug to your vehicle, because, people do that thing now. Honestly, I think it's actually even quieter than the factory carpeting and insulation, because it was thicker and heavier, that's for sure. And something we don't do for just anybody, we pulled off this entire hardtop, stripped it, sanded, primed, and had it painted satin black. Now I know you're like, what? The hardtop's already black. Yeah, the outside. The inside is that cheap boat white fiberglass that always is dirty once you put a little bit of dirt or fingerprints, and it never seems to come clean without a magic eraser. Now it's fully satin black with the hardtop headliner, which you can look in, and it gives it a much more luxurious, cozier feeling cabin, which is just great for long drives, and feeling like the money you spent on your vehicle might actually be somewhat worth it. Obviously up there's a crow rack. That was already there when he got here. He had already purchased and put it in. Smart shopper. Also on this side that you don't see, he has a Gen 2 Kraken with the brushless pump. Sounds great. It's like a semi-truck kicking down. Now, obviously we had to hold the spare, so we changed out the factory carrier for the Teraflex HD hinge and the tire carrier portion. Something we tend to have gotten good at over the years when every vehicle seems to come in when it's not brand new. Other aftermarket parts on it, we're pretty good at on the fly making stuff fit that should never fit. Hence you'll see there's no third brake light here. Well, it has a third brake light, but we made a custom bracket to work with this Teraflex thing that holds the camera instead for the Wolfpack rear view mirror light that everyone's starting to use nowadays. So the rear view mirror is a camera showing what's back here instead of the half the tire like you usually do. Now, not only that, but he had one of the same lights similar to the front was used as his third brake light. So we had a bracket whipped up for this to put in, and then we also actually added Deutsch connectors. So now all of this can be nicely removed if you need to service anything or even take the tire off. You can just unplug that camera and pull it off the front. But this lights up bright in the wheel, so you get that brake light feel. And here at the back, you can get a good feel how far the Armor Light comes back. So it's all up the sides. It's right here. This strap is the factory thing, so you can pull up, still get to all your stuff. but you have all that rugged, armor-like, rubberized goodness throughout the Jeep. And that beautiful black interior hardtop, I love it. I did that to my Gecko Green Jeep, the last one that Mike has now, and I miss it. It was great. We'll throw it up in the air so we can go over some things I probably might have missed to tell you about. So we've got the HD Teraflex steering added. So not only just the boost kit, we've added the steering that is built like a tank, and all these joints are serviceable as well as replaceable, and you can tighten up the preload if they get a little loose. So that's nice. You got this nice cast steel drag link. We've got the flipped up Nexus steering stabilizer, so it's out of harm's way, with the matching track bar. And then you get into the lift. So we've got the springs that are specific to the V8 engine, the extended sway bar links, bump stops, Falcon 3.3 adjustable shocks. And then you start seeing the blingy silver. Front to back, R-Tech aluminum skid plates. Nice thing about these skid plates, it replaces the gas tank skid, so it's not just on top of it and doubling it up. It does make servicing and maintaining a little hard, but sometimes protection makes things not as fun as they could be without it. Take that however you like. Now, something I also forgot to tell you we put on, Delta brakes. 4-piston caliper, all 4 corners with larger rotors. It's amazing. Like Tundra front brakes all the way around. We've got those. We have all the Teraflex Alpine IR control arms, so they're fully adjustable, built like a tank. All the bushings independently rotate inside, so there's no bind on flexing. You don't have to torque it on the ground. And the nice thing, everything's serviceable. You can replace this bushing, but it doesn't need you to grease it on a regular basis. So you don't have to worry about forgetting, because you don't have to do it at all. We've also got our coils added, obviously. This, we added the HD coils, so these will carry a bit more weight, because I think he is planning to put a very lightweight tent, maybe a Go Fast camper tent on the top of this. We've got our adjustable shocks, extended sway bar links, bump stop extensions, and this beautiful puzzle, which is the R-Tech 392 factory muffler skid plate. Now, if you like having the ability to turn your exhaust louder or quieter on the 392, which is a great feature, by the way, you got to protect that muffler because it's huge, expensive, and it's in harm's way. This thing was a puzzle to put together. I loved it. It was very enjoyable to put it together. I even used the instructions, but the way it's done with like zinc-coated steel and aluminum and the way they mounted it, it'll take a beating. Like, it's right cut with the tips. Like, if you don't have a 392 with a factory exhaust and don't have one of these, get one quickly, or you're gonna be paying for an expensive muffler. Obviously, went down, had all these diffs re-geared to OE 488 gears instead of the 456 it came with, because the V8 plus 37s is so sweet with a set of 488s as opposed to a 456. It just cruises and accelerates so nicely. So that's what we did. We made sure to do those, the brakes, the suspension, the skid plates. We got all the fun stuff on there to make a solid, reliable build to go do pretty much whatever you want with it. If you want to go to Moab on a regular basis, you can. There's nothing on here that would prevent you from having a good time in Moab, and it would still do better than factory would. So, yeah, can't really complain. So if all this beautiful, shiny aluminum doesn't make your friends at Starfleet jealous, you need new friends.
Contact Starfleet.
We don't take things lightly, the fact that we do builds like these on a regular basis. We treat them all as if they're one-on-one family members that we're building builds for. But I also don't take it lightly that a guy like Roddenberry saw our videos online and liked them enough and trust us enough to come all the way up here to Canada to have us build it. And that's happened so many times over the last few years. Now, are we a little starstruck and honored the fact that he chose us? Of course we are. All of us are Star Trek fans. We've all watched the shows. All of us here have grown up watching the shows, and it is great. So we feel honored to have built him a very solid utilitarian type Jeep that won't let him down, that he'll be able to take his son out, and he will be able to boldly go where no man has gone before. Overlanding. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We have more coming next year. 2026 is going to be insane. I hope.
so.